This is not protest. This is not an issue of community engagement. This is an issue of a relatively small number of people who think that they have a right to do whatever the hell they like in this country, who show absolute disdain for the laws of our land, disdain for the men and women of An Garda Síochána, disdain and disrespect for people going out and doing a day's work like the security guard. That security guard went out yesterday and went to work to earn a living, to support his family, and he ended up seeing a situation where his digger was setting fire. So you'll excuse my lack of tolerance for any discussion around would a bit more engagement have assisted in the situation. When you decide to use a petrol bomb, you lose your right to be called a protester. And I'm not quite sure why we have decided to, in any manner or means, legitimise in any way, shape or form the actions of people who engaged in sheer thuggery yesterday evening and tried to harm the men and women of An Garda Síochána, disrupt a community and cause utter chaos.
And to the scenes in Coolock yesterday, please.
Yesterday's scenes were completely unacceptable and really will not be tolerated. Garda responded quickly and in force, and I want to commend members of An Garda Síochána for the way in which they did respond. It is completely unacceptable that any person, be it a member of An Garda Síochána or security personnel, that they would be attacked when going about their business. Significant arrests were made, 15 men and women were before the courts, and I expect that there will be more arrests later on today. Importantly as well, body cameras were used yesterday and will be part of the evidence in the coming weeks and months. This is not legitimate protest. This is criminal behaviour and activity, and it will be treated as such.
Were Garda able to handle the situation?
Garda were out in force. Over 200 members between public order unit and frontline Garda were out. They responded quickly and efficiently throughout the day, and I want to commend them for bringing what were unacceptable scenes to a conclusion throughout the day. But there were significant numbers of people involved in these appalling scenes yesterday. It was a difficult day for the Garda, but again I commend the work that they undertook and the fact that significant arrests were made. This is completely unacceptable behaviour. It will not be tolerated, and the Garda will not tolerate it either.
Did officials consult enough with local council members about what was happening there? You know, a bit of they're saying on the ground that they didn't know what was going on, and that the vacuum led to the violence.
Engagement is taking place. Minister of Government's department are engaging with communities, and it has been known for some time now that there would be men, women, children taking refuge in Coolock. However, some people are using this and using communications as an excuse for what is simply criminal behaviour, and it simply cannot be tolerated or accepted by any of us.
So will it continue in Coolock? The plans to house asylum seekers there, or do you have to abandon that now?
Absolutely not. Plans will continue as set out. It is so important that we can provide accommodation to men, women and children who are fleeing extremely difficult circumstances. We have an obligation to provide international protection. It will be done in consultation with the communities, and I have to stress this point. This does not reflect the communities in Coolock, so many of whom have been extremely welcoming to so many who need our support and our help. But this is unacceptable behaviour.